has always come from my work ethic. You know what I mean? I am a very, very hard worker whenever I'm engaged in. You know, sometimes if I have one thing lined up and then I have another thing lined up, I put more work into that, into one certain entity or business or whatever, and then the other one will not get that work, and then I will pay the price for that, and that's it. So, I just got to put the work in and be confident. The confidence will come from the work ethic.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting. There's a lot of athletes that have come like that, such as Michael Jordan and other, geniuses at the sport. They become really addicted to what they pursue in the meantime. If whatever's in front of them, they put a little bit too much energy in that because that's the focus. And again, this hit the backfire to Conor McGregor with his whiskey business and all that stuff. The fact that he went to these other routes, took a detour, he probably put a little bit too much energy in those other stuff. The whiskey business, the boxing fight, making the money against Floyd, making his promotions. When he put all of these different things in his way, the focus got so much away from his original MMA goal, and this possibly could have had to do with his lack of commitment in his recent time in MMA.
How do you feel about this? What do you know about it? What do you know about Ukrainian boxing culture?
I know Ukrainian boxing is phenomenal, second to none in world sport, in world boxing. I know Vasil Lomachenko very well. I've studied his fighting for many years. He's a phenomenal boxer. He's counting now #1 boxer on the planet today, I believe. For me, you must compete in mixed martial arts. There comes a stage where...
Thank you, man. Thank you. I know where he's going with this. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with it. But I have a very similar thought to what Conor is about to say. When you're a boxer, when you're a kickboxer, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist, wrestler, it's almost like they're creating a fabrication of reality. They're kind of misleading the crowd as well as themselves. That you are the baddest man on the planet, and you're like the baddest fighter on the planet. You're really not, because you're still fighting in a very restricted martial art, in a sense. MMA is the most unrestricted fighting you can have. In the world today, that could still be legal, It's the ultimate form to figure out who is actually the best fighter. MMA is really that. I know a lot of people glorify the boxers because it's really about the reputation that it's had throughout hundreds of years, and the popularity has grown because of the stars. But when you really look at it, what makes it so much different than the best wrestlers in the world? The best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artists in the world. They just don't have that kind of reputation. They just don't have that kind of money to throw them into that same mindset. Right? You'll still see it all over the place. I know you guys have probably scrolled through comments when you go under boxing videos on YouTube or something. Whenever MMA gets brought up, the boxing fans just always think the boxers are the apex of martial arts, and it's just really weird. Even the quote-unquote analysts, when Conor went to fight Floyd Mayweather, they just don't understand the difference between MMA and boxing. They think it's just a different sport, but they don't look at the specifics of why it's different or how it's different. The main difference is boxing is a more restricted form. That's pretty much what it is. It's almost like playing basketball, and all you can do is shoot layups. And because you can only shoot layups, now the distance of the players gets a little bit different. Now they play a little bit different because you can't shoot three-pointers anymore. You can't dunk the ball. You can't do all this other stuff, right? Just as an analogy, it changes everything about the sport. This is a very similar difference to boxing and MMA. And those basketball players that can only lay up, yeah, they'll be the best at layups. They'll be the best at setting up for those layups. But when they go and compete against a well-rounded basketball player, they're going to lose almost every single time. And yes, of course, these well-rounded boxers are going to have a hard time getting into the layup basketball game because they're not virtuosos in that aspect of basketball. It happens vice versa as well, right? The layups in that limited basketball game doesn't translate that well to a full-on, well-rounded basketball game. Right? Because now, again, the distance is a little bit different. Everybody defends differently. Everybody's focus is just a little bit different. This is the same thing of boxing transitioning into MMA. Just because you're amazing with the boxing martial art in the sport of boxing does not mean you're going to be a great boxer in the sport of MMA, because everything changes. The distance changes. The gloves change. The surrounding environment. Everything's so different. You have no shoes now. Like, there's a lot of differences that can completely alter your means of boxing in another art form.
You are not, you've got to try. You are just lying to yourself if you stay in one discipline. It's not a complete fight. You've got to compete in mixed martial arts. I would like to see him compete now in mixed martial arts competition. I know he has some